Let's go. Hey Pickle, how's it going? Hey Fizzy, how's it going? Hey Acer355, how are you doing? Anyway, getting into the game. Welcome to our grand final of the Cybergamer DOTA2 Weekend Cup. I am Baseskip, and I'm happy to be here bringing you guys this game. It's our grand final. It's best of three. It's a clean best of three between Hans Reborn and Akma, who were just knocked down to the lower bracket by Hans Reborn in the winner bracket final. And joining me today is Enzi. How are you doing?
Good. I'm good. Yep. Getting a bit lethargic from all the talking all day, but you know.
Yeah, you know, I'm feeling it. My voice is going a bit. So.
Need some food.
Yeah, I gotta go have a sit down, have some dinner, have a relax, listen to some music, watch some more lectures because I'm behind. But that's completely beside the point, because we're going to do our absolute best to give you guys some fun Dota in this game, and we've got at least 2 games ahead of us. So Hans Reborn, they're going to be on the Dire side. They have first pick. Akma are going to be on the Radiant, and I guess we can talk about a very brief summary of what happened in the winner bracket final between these 2 teams. Akma were at that point playing with K Phoenix, who looks like he's had to go have a bit of a break, so Jumong is going to come in and be filling in his spot. We saw a defensive tri-lane with a Phantom Lancer. Our mid lane matchup was a Night Stalker picked up by Akma, and then they had an off-lane Clockwork facing up against a Shaitan Nyx. Mid lane was a Quap played by Get Lost or On, and then the bottom tri-lane was all ranged with a Windrunner, a Rubik, and a Silencer. They went really aggressive. They took their opportunities right. Went when it was daytime, got the right ganks out on the Night Stalker, and just really went before the Phantom Lancer could do anything too relevant. So Akma hopefully learning a lesson there. We actually saw the last game drafted, I believe, by Anarchy, and now we've got Kimchi back in the driving seat. So yeah.
Yeah, that last game, the Night Stalker was definitely just a plain old stalker. Yeah, he didn't really do much.
Yeah, didn't get all that much done. So anyway, Hans, they're gonna choose to ban out some Stally heroes. Gonna choose to ban the Coddle and a Mag, and Akma gonna get rid of a Nyx and a Batrider. So Nyx is gonna make it through again, and there's a Wisp as well, along with the Shadow Demon, I think, notably.
Yeah, yeah, as I was saying before, I still don't know why teams. I mean, it may be that some players aren't comfortable playing Slark, but Slark, as being shown lately, is a pretty good way to deal with a Batrider.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really nice way of just stopping him abducting anybody, and yeah, it works out quite.
It's also like he just beats him in the lane. Like he doesn't really beat him, but he can. He has not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
With the Batrider.
And also he does. I mean, he does really well against a lot of melee mids. You pick up. I mean, you get that first point in Essence Shift. I mean, you probably need to get Leap early just for defensive capabilities, but as soon as you get that Essence Shift, you can just go really aggressive on the opposing melee mid and make life difficult. But Hans Reborn, they're going to pick up the Nyx, and Akma looking towards perhaps the slightly more defensive pickup. They're going to take the Lone Druid here. So immediately Hans, I think, need to be thinking, okay, we need to secure at least a strong solo to try and deal with the LD, and then perhaps look to go. Well, just shore up their tri-lane as well, because Akma more than likely with the Lone Druid going to be running an aggressive tri-lane, or I think that would be their preference. Just having the Lone Druid, you want to have him in that 1v1, which he can definitely win in a lot of situations. So,
and Shaitan's last healer, not going to be able to go up against this Lone Druid.
Yep.
Poor guy.
There is the potential for some risk Darkseer, I would think, though. So we might see some of that.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's still in the pool.
Yeah. So there's a Darkseer.
Shadow Demon.
There's also a Shadow Demon for sure. Doesn't do too badly against the Lone Druid, but Hans, they're going to pick up that solo.
Yeah. I just meant Shadow Demon in general.
Just in general, yeah. So they're going to pick themselves up a Weaver and a Queen of Pain, so locking in those 2 strong solos right here, right now. And the Weaver does okay against the Bear, but Akma, they're not going to slack off either as far as these lanes are concerned, and they're going to pick themselves up a TA. So we're going to see if, well, I think this isn't necessarily a rematch, but it is going to be Kimchi against On again. So We shall see how this is going to work out.
Well,
both very aggressive players, notably.
I think they're probably going to put the Weaver up against the Lone Druid. Just Weaver does beat Lone Druid. Not really. I don't know about beat. But Weaver does really well against the Lone Druid until level 5.
Yeah, it's a question of getting the damage out before Lone Druid gets the Entangle up. Because Entangle squishes bugs, unfortunately. 10 seconds remaining. Both teams...
they've got Beetle Strat.
Yeah, they've got Beetle Strat. 5 seconds remaining. Han's looking for their farmer. They're looking for their farmer, and they're looking for their secondary support. And given that they do have a Weaver, they could try and have him as their main carry and actually pick up someone a little bit more aggressive as their primary farmer. So something along the lines of the Storm Spirit. Though I don't think it's necessarily going to be that. They could even have. Well, I think they'd like to get the Leshrac because they don't really have any ways to deal with the TA refraction charges that well, aside from a sting on the Queen of Pain. So the more the merrier as far as cleaning those up goes. And I guess the Beetles aren't too bad either. And Hans Reborn, they're going to choose to ban out the Darkseer. So interesting, they do actually have first pick coming out of this phase, but looks like Weaver is definitely going to be that solo laner. We do sometimes see teams form an aggressive tri-lane around the Weaver, but looks like that's not going to be the case for Hans Reborn here. So... Akuma, they're choosing to ban at the setup support of the Shadow Demon. Juggernaut going to do the ban for Hans. We do often see him with the Lone Druid enabling some really nice pushes.
What a... Can we... Alright, let's just stop for the drops. What... Where are Weaver's eyes? Are Weaver's eyes the yellow things?
No, aren't they the red things?
Well, that's what I thought. But like... What are the yellow things then?
Maybe they... Whoa. I don't know, maybe we'll check his portrait in game. That's... Oh, it's the same. Wow, I can't unsee.
Yeah, nah, you just like, that hero looks stupid. That's how I think right now, man. What a dumb face. Oh, man. Alright, whatever. Whatever.
Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know.
10 seconds remaining.
I've always seen it as the red things, but the red things don't look like
eyes. Like they got little things over them.
Yeah, I mean there are definitely bugs that disguise different parts of their bodies as other things, so that you don't get.
Yeah, well, maybe that's it. Maybe one of the next series they're releasing has an attack where he pokes their eyes. Doesn't work on Weaver.
That's
defensive.
What have you done, Enzi? Look what you've done. I'm never going to be able to look at Weaver the same way again.
Oh no.
Anyway, so the draft has actually proceeded underneath us, and so Akuma, they're going to pick up a very aggressive support here, taking the Visage. Nice to see. Hans Reborn are going to be able to get their hands on that Leshrac, so they get another tool to deal with the Templar Assassin, and definitely some potential ganks going their way there. And just looking for this last farmer, I think the tri-lane farmer as well, though that could be the Weaver and they can pick up another solo. I'm interested to see what they're going to pick up here, and especially in response to the Visage, which we haven't actually seen too much of. Akuma, nice to, I guess worth noting is that they have a ton of physical damage right now. If Visage picks himself up a medallion, there's going to be a meld, a medallion, and then the Lone Druid physical damage, all sort of wrapped up into bursting down whoever. So Hans,
they can take early rush hands as well.
Yeah, they can definitely take early rush with those heroes. Probably not level 1, but there's definitely the potential to go for some early ones. And Hans, the response from them is going to be to pick themselves up a Nature's Prophet. So it looks like that's going to put Weaver actually into the tri-lane, and Prophet is going to be. Yeah, I don't know. I guess offlane slash probably just top maybe.
10 seconds
Who knows?
But they're trying that Weaver for sure. That's
Or yeah.
That's good. That's smart. I think it's smart. It's good.
It's good, but then I don't know how these lanes work out, because I guess Akuma kind of try and go aggressive, and then Hans Reborn also go aggressive, and then we get the rotation.
It's more of a way to just deal with the push they have, at least in the control towers. Maybe they're behind and not able to defend it.
And they can also make if it ends up as a 3v3, they can make it into a 3v4, so that's going to be good.
Yeah. I think yeah, maybe they get a bit scared of Visage. Visage is one of those heroes that's just even if it doesn't matter if you come out on top on one kill in a tri lane, and if it's not the Visage, someone's going to take a lot of damage or die.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. So, Akma, how are they going to round it off? It's going to be a Chaos Knight. Okay, so we're going to see some CK Lone Druid action. So we're thinking right off the bat, I think there's going to be an AC somewhere. They've got so much physical damage. And Hans, nobody really all that frontliney right now. We were going to be trying to be evasive. Owly probably not going to survive for too long on the Nyx. And yeah, I'm interested to see who's actually going to be able to bear the brunt of this aggression from Akma. But I like to see that they're actually looking to go aggressive, as opposed to the let's farm Phantom Lancer strat, which obviously was swiftly dealt with by Akma, by Hans.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wonder if they're actually going to try and... I wonder if they might defensive trial in this Akma. They might.
I mean, it might just be the offlane Lone Druid.
5 seconds remaining.
That means LD is going to have a tough time, and CK needs to make space for him later on. But we'll see. I think it also comes down to a question of who wants to get more out of their supports. I think definitely more kill power going the way of Hans onto TA than Akma onto Quap. I mean, they've only got the lift as lockdown. Unless they can kill the Quap in the duration of that lift, then they're not going to be able to get her. So I don't know. I think maybe a defensive tri-lane favors Hans a little bit. They keep pressure on the Lone Druid, and then they can also rotate the supports to kill off the Templar Assassins. So that would be my thinking there.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting into the game, over on the side of Hans Reborn, we have Risk playing the Nature's Prophet. Owly is going to be on the Nyx Assassin. Sicko or Shaitan is going to be on the Weaver. Bran on or Get Lost is going to be on the Queen of Pain, and that leaves Lippy to play our Leshrac. And over on the side of Akma, we have...
Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, Kimchi on the Templar Assassin.
Yep.
And then you got Chudi on the Visage, Anarchy on Rubik, Jamong on CK, and Ranto on the LD.
So it looks like it is going to be more than likely an offlane solo LD, or perhaps suspecting that Hans will be able to get those kills on him. Might start off in the jungle, in fact. We'll see from his starting build. If he picks up a QB and a Stout and puts them both on the bear, then that's obviously going to be jungle. Because I think getting the pull around might be tough for him. So I think it comes down to a question of how confident he's feeling against the pretty high kill tri-lane, I have to say, between the Leshrac, the Nyx, and the Weaver. Beetle tri-lane.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting either way. Like if they have the tri-lane against tri-lane, I'm not sure which one comes out on top. Because they're both like really strong tri-lanes.
Weaver.
Well, they're both really aggressive in their own aspect, I guess.
Okay, this is how I'm going to imagine it. Weaver just has like a compound eye, and that little yellow thing is not his eye. But I think maybe it could be, and that would be really creepy. But no, I'm gonna go with the yeah, I'm gonna go with the red. Right. The red thing is like a weird stripy compound eye. I mean, at least CK, his eyes are pretty obvious. You know, they're glowing and stuff. So.
What's the yellow? What's the yellow then?
I don't know, just warning
no,
lights.
The yellow has to be eye.
No, surely those are like his indicators, right? It's like turning left, turning left, turning right.
Fast. He just needs to tell everyone where he's going.
Exactly.
All right, no. Oh, look at that! You got a little. Oh, okay.
What, are you zoomed right on the Weaver's face right now?
Yeah, I'm zooming on him. No, they're his eyes. They are 100% eyes. Those yellow things.
Wow, that's so creepy. Okay. Okay. I'll have to this is like the new question that I'm gonna ask every single time I have a co-commentator come on. I'm gonna be like, hey, where are Weaver's eyes?
Oh man.
Yeah, we can have a little discussion, but let's focus on what's going on in terms of these lanes, because Risk is actually making his way up top to solo the Nature's Prophet against the Lone Druid and Hans. Looks like we're going to work out how this tri-lane versus tri-lane actually ends up working out. Akma, tons of counter initiation potential, tons of damage, and quite a bit of lockdown as well. And however, and they've also got a double ranged. It's double ranged on both sides. Shaitan just needs to be careful about sentry wards. Anarchy going to walk himself out, chucks down an obs to keep an eye on things. And I'm interested to see this smoke up on Tootie, in fact, because I really don't think that they're going to be able to get a kill up on the Queen of Pain on mid. Meanwhile, Get Lost, again with this very aggressive stats build for last hitting to start off the game, and able to connect the first sting up on Kimchi, who, again, goes for that refraction just for those last hits. And meanwhile, we're actually going to have the supports making their way up, so Shaitan is going to be offlane solo on the Weaver, and the supports are looking to get some stacks running and start getting some experience going that way. And this looks like a very practiced maneuver as we get Ali stacking the medium camp.
Wow, they're going to get really farmed. Like, the supports are going to get...
Yeah, so the levels on the supports looks like the core right now. Meanwhile, Ranto, I think he suspects that he's solo against the Nature's Prophet, and this might actually catch him unawares. The supports were seen rotating away from bot by this Observer Ward, so I think he has to have his suspicions. And yeah, nice job. He's going to scout out with the Spirit Bear. See that the supports are running pulls, but he has already... Oh, he's actually got a Quelling Blade up on the Bear, so he could actually duck into the jungle a bit if he wants. Look, he's been... No, not pooled any regen. Just picking up the QB for that little bit of extra last hitting power. And there's a question in chat as to who is co-casting. NZ is along with me co-casting.
Oh, they're rotating. The Weaver's gone top now, so...
Okay, so they are going to have this matchup against the Lone Druid, and that's going to have Risk more or less in the jungle slash offlane, depending on where he's needed.
Yeah, and also these supports can't rotate through to mid now. Well, I mean, they can, but it's not going to be a successful game because there's no stuns for the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's why I questioned the smoke up on Tootie, because there's no way to burst down the Queen of Pain in only the duration of the lift. And as you can see behind the tower, Get Lost has actually been dropped off some sentries. They're just sitting right back behind the Dire tier 1 on mid. So he's going to be able to use those to really dominate this lane against Kimchi.
This is actually really smart to get the Fury on. Like, I never thought of just having two heroes that can just solo their lane safely. Or have alternatives.
Yeah, so they get the decision, or they get the choices there. Ranto gonna have a slightly more difficult time top now. He's gonna try and intercept some more creeps, but I think Hans have actually lost control of this creep wave top. So unless Shaitan goes across, buys a Bassi and starts to try and push this straight into the tower, I
got a rotation on mid.
Yeah, we've got the smoke, but there's a sentry ward. So Akmar are going to see this. They know that these rotations are going to be coming from the Nyx and the Leshrac, and Kimchi spotting it. He's going to back himself straight out, but he actually goes greedily for one more creep. Is he going to die? He's going to get stunned up. Actually turns around as well. The chainstone is going to connect, and Kimchi, he sees this gank coming, but he goes down all the same. I guess suspecting that he had a little bit more time than he actually did. And that's going to be our first blood.
So, another thing as well, they can push down like towers really quickly. The one, even mid or top, Dire can, because they got the Leshrac going Edict and the Furion.
Yeah, so that's gonna be great for them. Shaitan does actually, I like this decision. So as soon as he saw that the creep wave was pushing in as heavily as it was, he ducks across, he picks up a Bassi, and now he pushes the wave straight into the tower. Now the wraparound comes from Lippy. Ranto's in trouble. He's beetled up, the minus armor helping the Edict do a little bit more damage, but really nice rotation from Hans, and just really nice overall awareness of, you know, where things were going to be a minute from there. So Shaitan pushes the wave in, Lippy gets the loop around, and that's going to be a kill. So these players not renowned for nothing, I have to say.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a pretty smart play. I'm surprised the Furion hasn't TP'd in. Oh, I guess he's got no mana.
Yeah, Risk doesn't really have anything at the moment. And I mean, he helped out on that first blood mid. I think he's just going to maybe sit back and try and get a bit of farm until he can finish up his Midas. Unfortunately, this stacked camp has some Alpha Wolves in it, so those Treants aren't going to be long for this world. But he is getting some farm out. And we're going to have a quick pause from Shaitan. Looks like we just need to break. And yep, so Shaitan needs a pause. We're going to take this opportunity to look at the experience graph, which is bounced back and forth, actually in the Radiant's favor right now by about 400. The gold, well, not really a whole lot in it just yet. And interesting to see that it's actually still so close. I mean, we are getting towards 5 minutes, so the gold can start to push out a bit, but the biggest cause of this is that Jumong has been sitting in his lane this entire time. Meanwhile, Hans did some weird rotations and whatnot to start the game. So Jumong is sitting at 31 for 5. I don't even know if he's missed the last hit yet. Meanwhile, the next closest on the map is Get Lost on mid with only 17. So the Hans carry's not doing Not doing nearly so well though. Shaitan probably going to be catching up reasonably quickly now that he is actually the primary farmer up on this top lane. Okay, so let's talk about late game prospects a little bit then.
Oh, sorry. I alt tapped then just to confirm my suspicions on Weaver's Eyes. That's what I was doing then.
How do you confirm the suspicions? Did you
well, I was just
Google
just looking at a bunch of the pictures of Weaver's Eyes and was like, they are Weaver's Eyes.
Did you Google Weaver's
You know, like the
Eyes?
hero images. You know, like the
Yeah,
hero
yeah.
faces. Yeah, it's pretty much the red. That red thing isn't even on the face. It's just these little yellow dots. Confirmed for eyes.
That's creepy. That's
I don't want to play. I don't want to see that hero ever again. I want to. I'm gonna make a Dota store item that actually reverses it around, so that yellow's not there, and it's just some red eyes.
You're 100% right. Those are definitely his eyes. That's so creepy. That's not how I pictured him at all.
Yeah, you picture him like a long face. Now it's just this really dumb-looking thing.
But for anyone interested here, I'll bring the image up on stream, which is going to confirm that these are indeed Weaver's eyes. So that is confirmed for truth. Valve are actually really cute. They make it so, like I mentioned, there are bugs in real life that make it look like, or you know, what I'm thinking of is the butterflies and the moths, where they have a big eye print on their wing, so it looks like they're a big scary thing, but they're not. So yeah, Weaver's disguising his eyes, and those yellow dots are definitely his eyes. That's creepy.
It's 'cause of those situations, you know, out in the wild, you might get poked in the eye.
When someone's gonna poke you in the eye. Yeah.
Yep. Strategic Weaver.
Strategic evolution Weaver. Anyway.
I'm gonna evolve so my eyes are actually below my fake
what
eyes.
looks like my eyes. Exactly.
Oh man, I can't believe I even saw that.
1-800 contacts. They don't have his brand. He has special eyes. Now the rotation comes in mid. Come on, Kimchi. This time you got to spot it. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So the pings go out. Kimchi not going to be caught out by this again, or will he? Nope. The supports keep threatening, but they have to suspect that there is a ward here. Now they do both have boots, so they're pretty speedy in getting into that lane. Get Lost just throws out some harassment. Kimchi actually chewing through all of his refraction charges there just to get the ass. He's actually disconnected, so that would explain the losing refraction charges situation. So we're going to have a very quick pause. We have had a couple of pauses for Kimchi so far in this game. And that could have been really unfortunate had that gank come in right as he was disconnecting. So, yeah. Anaki's actually going to make his way top.
Yeah, I'm going to say Rento is about to get ganked, but I don't know if this is going to go to plan with the Aniki TP.
I don't know. Do they have any other TPs? There's no TP up on Tootie. He's smoked, but he doesn't have a TP. And can't actually afford one right now unless he runs as quickly as he can to the side shop, sells his salve, and then buys one. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. I mean, I guess this is the formula that Hans went for last time, gank mid, gank top. But this time, looks like Akma, they've adapted, they are ready and anticipating it, so, yeah. And Punkera, I don't know if they've actually given out the prize pack. There is supposed to be a prize pack of like a t-shirt and a lanyard and a whole bunch of stuff given out to a random viewer on stream. And I don't know if that's happened just yet, so...
What t-shirt? Is there a t-shirt?
There's a little... So not only are there prizes for the teams, but there's a little prize pack for one of the viewers.
I'm a viewer. Is it the t-shirt? I hope it's the t-shirt that gets one of the special... Is it like a Dota 2 t-shirt? Or...
I can only assume so. I mean, or maybe a
Cyber
Cyber
I get
Gamer.
the item that comes with it? I hope it's one of those TI shirts and I get the item. That's the...
That's the dream, Frenzy.
Yeah, I want that axe.
I have the axe. I have the axe shirt. I'm not wearing it at the moment, but I do own it.
It came with which axe was it? Is it the?
It's the Wyvern Guard axe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good, man. And they sold the other day, and it sold out so quickly. Ah, I have to put up with that chain thing he has.
No, right, the little flail, whatever.
Yeah. Most played hero. I can't get enough of sitting in jungle all game and not dealing with my team.
I think he's one of my least successful heroes. But
oh yeah, same here. I always just dick around with him. It's definitely the hero I go to when I come to playing. So most picked hero.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like Akma have caught up to the stream. So That's...
Why are they in the chat?
No. I don't see them in the chat, but either that or somebody who's spectating is caught up because we just saw them draw. Yeah, see that arrow?
Yeah.
To me, that's a bit of a suspicious arrow. So I think the game plan might be for Kimchi to try and get the cutoff, but I think An can just come as well. So this might be... I think both teams might just escape here.
Alright, this is just shifty. This is pop. Oh, okay, yep. Now they're ready to go. They've got it sorted. They know where the supports are.
Denied.
Yeah, look at... Oh my god.
To Kirk, this is the grand final, and I am co-casting with Enzi. Supports are still just waiting. Ooh, but Anarchy still smoked. And did this give 2D enough time to go get a TP? It did.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's... Oh, wow, yep, alright.
Sneaky Dota, sneaky Dota, sneaky Dota. Not so sneaky Dota. Now the creep wave is pushing in. Shaitan going for this, but the TP support is immediate. 2 heroes coming. Can they get Owly dead? He doesn't have any points in Carapace. They can just keep wailing on him. Nice 2-man, well, bear and man stun. But down he goes, and now Kimchi with the cutoff. Double damage up, but Lippy gets the stun. Bran, can he finish this one? He's actually out of mana. Gets reality rifted back in. And Kimchi going to be able to wander his way back mid. That was very, very suspicious. But it's not a problem with the stream, it's a problem with having the delay only be 2 minutes on Dota TV. I mean, they could have watched the stream, or they could have had somebody spectating, and the spectator could tell them everything, so... Unless we turn off spectators and add 6 or 7 minutes of delay to the stream, then that is going to be the case. It's not a problem of having a stream up, it's a problem. Valve have decided that 2 minutes is enough delay. Meanwhile, Hans, they're going to make a rotation down towards bot. Sonic Wave already picked up by Get Lost. Risk trying to pull these creeps around using his little army of treants. And not a whole lot Akuma can do to try and stop this. What 2D should actually be doing is trying to run up and pull these mud golems down into the creeps, because there's a higher aggro priority on the golems than there is on the treants. But yeah, it looks like he's not going to do that. So that's the wrong play, but you know, some people aren't 100% aware of how to stop this. And I guess if they can just kill the treants, they are getting a little bit of experience and a bit of gold. And meanwhile on mid, while I'm looking at the treant army, An and Owly are going to be able to pick up a kill on Kimchi. So bad map awareness there for me, guys. Sorry about that one. Meanwhile, at top, Shaitan has his medallion picked up, so we were talking about a medallion for Akuma, but there's going to be one up on the bug as well. Meanwhile, over on bot, looks like the tri-lane just considering pushing in a little bit. The supports are hiding in wait, ready to back up Risk at a moment's notice. He doesn't actually have his ultimate off cooldown, though he does have it in just a sec. So some nice burst damage there. Meanwhile, in terms of farm, Shaitan has caught up. Jumong still leading, but with those TPs towards top, was interrupted slightly. Our 8-man urn has just spawned, so Get Lost is going to be able to grab that one up in his bottle, and Anarchy don't walk up onto that high ground. He walked up onto the high ground, and down he goes, and Risk actually picking up that kill with the Nature's Wrath bouncing around, or Wrath of Nature. And at top, Shaitan solo kill. Picked up on the Lone Druid. I am just missing kills left, right, and center. I'm sorry about this one, guys.
I think it's just because every lane's got a bit of something happen.
Yeah, every lane's got stuff going on, and now they're going for Kimchi one more time on mid. He does manage to dodge out of the way of the sting, but now gets stunned up. Edict going to be popped as well. Risk comes in. 4-man gank. He's still on the way out. Was there no Sprout? No. And now 2D does actually have 3, well, almost max stack Soul Assumption, so that's going to be... They're going to be fine for him to get scared away. And Shaitan, he's going to drop on top. The tower does go down, but Jumong and Anarchy rotate their way in. Everything happening everywhere on the map, and now Kimchi chases in on mid, gets stunned up by Owly. Lippy comes back. He does have the Edict. He can turn this on at the top of the hill. He will do so. Now turning around. Kimchi considering the go again. Both teams just posturing a little bit, but no, that's going to be it.
There's little pokes happening in every single lane. I just don't know which one to watch.
Yeah, we're jumping from lane to lane. Sorry guys if the stream is lagging a little bit. I think things should be okay as far as frame drop are concerned on my end. The Twitch servers, which are doing all the transcoding, so any resolution below 720p plus, might be struggling a bit. Who knows? There could be a couple of big lull streams or something up and that can cause problems from time to time.
Typical League of Legends.
It seems okay, but we did get a little bit more frame drop accumulating, I think. So I'll keep an eye on that one, guys. I'll keep you posted as to whether or not it's you or me.
So it looks like they've decided to let the CK just deal with the Nature's Prophet by himself, which is understandable. But yeah, they're gonna have to babysit Kimchi a bit, I guess.
Oh, the contest for the 10-minute rune, but with the blink, it's gonna be fine. And now Owly and Lippy, they are looking for blood, but not gonna be able to find anything. Anarchy comes in as well. And Ranto, he's just heading into the jungle to try and get up a little bit of farm. 2 deaths up, not a whole lot of CS.
It's just like turned into a little bit of a battle for me.
Oh, they got a sentry ward, and now they're gonna burst down the Queen of Pain. Nicely done by Akma. Very patient, pretending that they didn't see him, and then as soon as they got everybody right in position, got the burst damage out. So, good job.
I'd say that was a bit of a misplay from him as well. Just not even assuming the supports would have sentry wards.
Yeah.
That's a bit. Even checking their inventory, like Ruby still had some on him.
Yeah. You're getting a bit robotic on me, Enzi. Let's see if it.
Am I sorry?
Yeah. Here, let's just remake the call. I'll just hang up and I'll call you in a sec.
Yeah, sure. Alright.
Yeah, there we go. Sorted. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so Weaver's just been free farming at top, having a bit of party, pushing it down.
Yep, has his treads picked up, and this medallion actually does a lot of work against the bear as well. I mean, that reducing its 6 armor helps clean it up very quickly. Does manage to get the entangle, but without the ranged form up, not really getting too much harassment out of it. Meanwhile, Anarchy trying to get up level 6 on mid. A similar story for Owly. So we've got a bit of changing hands on this mid matchup. The supports
now 1v1 support.
Yeah, now 1v1 support. I think Nick still wins. He's still kind of a mid. Rubik used to be a mid, I guess. So, yeah. Oh, we get the Reality Rift at bot, but the blink away from Get Lost, and now Owly comes in, gets the stun down, the tower slamming him as well. 2D turns around, gets some good damage out, but now in trouble. Risk comes in, gets down the Sprout. 2D gonna try and put out as much damage as he possibly can, but no more Soul Assumption, and also his Familiar is gonna get farmed up. Loses one, manages to get the stun out with the other. Meanwhile, on mid, Sicko gonna get lifted up into the air. He's gonna be able to pop the time lapse, however, so he's gonna be fine to escape. And Kimchi gonna go for the meld, turns himself around, and the minus armor on Shaitan, bursting down about half of his HP, so I think a very nice play from the Templar Assassins there.
Bottom tower is probably gonna go down here.
And the Familiar trying to limp away. And yeah, Risk able to get the summon up on the Treants, sends one out to intercept the creep wave. Fortification will pop, but I think that's gonna be it. The attempted trade is what Akma are going for on mid, but they've just lost the creep wave. Owly now making his way in, not level 6 just yet. And oh! 2D! Nicely done. Did you see that?
Oh, what?
Familiar denied the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like looking at the map, I was like, how is he down there? So I forgot about Familiars. Wow, that was clutch.
Yeah.
Because that would have, the edict would have been up
big
as well, and the trees.
Yeah.
Nice little play there.
Yeah. Sorry guys, we have remade the Skype call, so it's only bad for about 10 seconds, and then we fix it. So this is the worst thing about having the delay on the stream, is that you realize things right as everybody else realizes things, and you get the comment. But anyway.
Yeah.
So on mid, in comes Akma. They've got the double damage up on Kimchi. Fortification will pop. Lippy walking in as well, and now Kimchi dropping low. Wrath of Nature bounces through, bottling himself up. Phase boots back off cooldown, turns around. Gonna get stunned up by Owly, however, manages to get the refraction charges up just in time. Can meld, turns around, but just gets hit by the Carapace. Now the Sonic Wave flying as well. 2D with tons of burst damage, 1-for-1 almost immediately. 2D still standing his ground. Bran, will he go down? Blinks down into the river, and Risk up on the high ground, able to throw out the necessary right clicks to finish that kill. Now buyback from Kimchi, still on this fight on mid, and they get the Reality Rifts back in 4 seconds stun. But a nice stun from Lippy, gonna break it up a little bit. Ranto comes in. One paw from the bear, but that's going to be it with Kimchi picking up that kill. And no, Shaitan still just running around. Kimchi back behind the tower. The Edict chewing through those refraction charges. The hero Familiar again manages to get the last hit on the tower. Now 3 seconds down on Shaitan, chain stunning it as well with the Familiars. get that one. Jumong now going to work on Risk, but 2 stuns from Owly and Lippy going to clean him up, and now Ranto trying to escape. The bear needs an entangle. Lippy still giving chase, has another Edict, has another stun, going to pop the Edict. Ranto fighting right now. Shaitan giving chase, does have his medallion up, and the bear I think will just drop here, but they get the lift up on Sicko. They lift him back into the tower range, but he's able to pop the time lapse. Now Anarchy the target, Gemini attack, burning him down, but Risk gets hit by the entangle this time around, and he will drop. All the while Kimchi is disconnected at base, and now we're finally going to have a pause.
Yeah, that team fight went on for ages.
Yeah, that was a very long fight, but I think who actually wins that in the end? Kimchi's going to reconnect. Experience in gold still in favor of Hans.
I thought it was a bit weird that Shaitan just sat there auto-attacking the CK then when his his Shikuchi was up, and then he just got stunned and chain stunned and died.
Yeah.
Maybe he was trying to bait out the stun. I don't know. Bit risky play.
Yeah. So looks like we just need to wait a little bit. Okay, so we did have a buyback from Kimchi in that last fight. There was also a buyback from Shaitan, however, so kind of difficult to say who necessarily won that fight. Towers go down in only one direction, Akuma picking up that one. So managing to hold on to this map control on mid. Risk is going to be dead for 35 seconds. He's got his Midas up 2k gold in the bank. What else have we got going on? And none of the Akuma supports with too much farm up. Kimchi again with a buyback, not a whole lot, and Jumong dead, but does actually have his armlet finished, so a lot of damage for him there. Ranto comes out at the other end of this fight with 1.9k gold in the bank, and that's going to get him pretty close to his armlet. So a very nice fight for him. Really helped. Well, a very nice fight for Akuma helps to pull the lone druid back into this game.
Yeah, that lone druid's going to be pretty scary once he gets his armlet maelstrom up.
Yeah, all they need to do is start working down these towers once he has that, and that should start pushing this gold difference back up.
What is this?
2D just having a couple of Skype issues. Apparently there's some weird problems with Skype on Windows 8. I'm still on Windows 7. I don't even know if I'm going to update to Windows 8.
Yeah, what is that? Isn't Windows 8 it's for tablets or something?
It's got the new Metro UI, so you can still add a start menu and stuff, but for the most part it's supposed to be a cross-platform operating system, so it's supposed to work for tablets and for desktops and things like that, but it's a really big change from, say, like XP or XP, Vista, or 7.
Yeah.
In terms of how you use it, so yeah, people
Look
don't
at
like it that much.
I'd rather just stick with whatever I've got. Oh well. I haven't got, for some reason, that. Oh yeah, I do. Never mind. I thought some of my keybinds were missing for the stats, because I had keybinds for the game stats. But yeah.
Ah, right. If I bring it up, does it show for you as well?
No.
Okay, so you have to bring it up yourself. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So what have we got going on? We are now finally unpaused and back underway with the game. The hero familiar taking another break. I mean, I think it's just, I don't even know if it's the same familiar, but it denied a tower bot, it lasted a tower mid, it stunned Shaitan.
We'll just assume it is.
Yeah, we'll just call it the same familiar.
It's the hero of the whole game. That tower deny.
Yeah, King familiar.
So I was gonna say they haven't taken any tier 1 yet apart from the mid, which is it's pretty good.
But the others should be a little bit easier to work down, depending. Yeah. Though the obvious problem is going to be that Risk is going to split push a bit, but I mean he's just working his way towards a mech. It's not going to be a pesky Shadow Blade or anything like that for a while. But yeah, split pushing into the tier 2 is going to be slightly more difficult for him. Owly, 4-second stun at bot, able to carapace that. No, not actually able to carapace, but able to stun up Jumong and make his escape.
Oh, they got an earn up on Lippy? Okay, yeah.
Nice. Yep. definitely nice for him to have. Kimchi pushing in at bot, 1k gold in the bank. And these towers will be a big help again for Akma, closing down that gold gap. And
we're going to trade for top, I think.
they're going to try. Risk is going to TP in. And can the Lone Druid stop him in time? Branto comes in. Actually gets a little bit of a block. Oh, Shaitan gets a little bit blocked up. And Anarchy going to TP himself towards the top lane as well.
What are we going to do here? I think,
they do have the rank 2 CK ult, so that's a ton of damage, but they just need to get the stun. And yeah. Not going to be able to get it, so.
I think they're just like, right now, both teams are just playing a farm game until, I don't know, a next key tower push.
I think both teams are kind of happy to wait around for items a little bit. Looks like Ranto does have his armlet up, so that's really nice for him. He's still got, he still needs to flesh out his item build a little bit more. Some phase boots would be great on the bear, some tranquils on himself, a little bit more survivability would be great. Risk is going to come in and backdoor the tier 1 on mid. Since there is no backdoor protection, there's no fortification either. So Akma are going to try and make this a trade for the tier 1 at top, but I think Akma could, Hans could either continue pushing. Yeah, but they're going to go for Roche. And with the, with the medallion, with the edict, they're going to be making pretty quick work of it. Tier 1 going to be taken by Akma. On top, they're not going to stop, so they're going to get at least a tier 2 for this Rosh.
Maybe if they can get it in time.
We'll see. It's going to take them a bit. They might just have to pop the Phantasm here. Jimong, is he going to consider it? Roshan already down at half HP. I'm going to leave Roshan up as the selected unit as we keep an eye on top. Both objectives dropping at a similar rate, so Hans, they're going to be able to pick up the Aegis, and looks like Get Lost going to pick himself that one up. And now a smoke going out from
Akma. They saw it.
Yeah, I think that one was...
It did it might have been
spotted.
Soon.
Yeah, it might have been too quick after the quick waves. Meanwhile, Get Lost going to get a bit of farm up mid. 2.4k gold in the bank for him, so it looks like it might just be... Maybe just a Hex Rush. Looks like Jumong needs a reconnect. He's dropping packets, so apparently we're going to have another quick pause.
Infamous for their pauses. This game will probably carry over till tomorrow at this rate.
Yeah, no doubt.
all these pauses we're getting from Akma.
Oh well, we'll get through it.
What do they got? Lasts. Alright. Yeah, I was surprised that Bear had the armor up, just even before when he went to the top lane. Because I swear earlier before that, when we were paused for so long, I looked in it. I didn't even think he was close to armor.
Yeah, I think that fight on mid was really the tipping point for that gold. So good job. He's got another 1.6k gold as well. So these towers really bringing him back into the game. And I mean, taking towers it's really Lone Druid's recovery mechanism. I mean, you have to, whenever you look at an offlaner, you have to kind of think, okay, how do they take the pittance of farm that they get on that offlane 3v1, and how do they turn that into something, into something useful? So say for example, Darkseer, his recovery mechanic is that he doesn't actually miss out on that much farm. He does a good job. Bounty Hunter, recovery mechanic is that he has track. So, that gets him straight back in with all that bonus gold. Windrunner, I think, fell off a little bit because her recovery mechanic is kind of just taking team fights and, finding ganks. So that's a little bit more difficult to do. Nature's Prophet obviously doesn't really suffer too much on the offlane. But Lone Druid just needs time. That's effectively what he needs. Compared to someone like Clockwork who gets level 6 and says, "Look, I'm ganking now. Let's go get some gold from my hookshot cooldown." Lone Druid really wants to get a little bit more farm and then start taking some towers. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Furion also comes ahead in the jungling speed compared to Lone Druid as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So he can always go there and still be effective. Yeah,
exactly. So, I mean, Lone Druid, he's so powerful that people are still willing to put him on the off lane, but I don't think it's necessarily an amazing lane for him. Just a couple of waves of bear shenanigans keeps the equilibrium in a weird spot, and that means that he can soak up some experience.
It'll be interesting to see if they do nerf the bear next patch, the armlet.
I mean, it's not how it's supposed to work, so...
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Well, okay, it's not as broken as people make it out to be, though. So in Dota 1, the way that it works is that You don't get the plus regen from the armlet, and you don't get the attack speed either. But you do get the majority of the other stuff. Like, you do get the other stats, but obviously getting the bonus from the active armlet, the plus 10 attack speed, well, no, I mean, what? Gives plus 31 damage and plus 10 attack speed and plus 25 strength while active, yeah. So you get the damage and the attack speed. In Dota 1, I don't think you get the attack speed, and you also don't get the HP regen. So it's quite a bit worse than Maelstrom in the comparison. So
why would you? Yeah, I know, but it's just like in this is just stupid.
Yeah,
I think if they just simply made it so it does the HP debuff, that'll be fine.
Yeah, I think it's just a question of making sure that it's at parity with whatever it is in Dota 1. And to my understanding, it is just weaker because you don't get the plus regen.
But why do you not get the regen? Or even the attack speed? Why is that? Why?
Because it becomes a courier edition on the bear. So it's a courier edition armlet. There's a bunch of items that have like a courier edition version that they get when they're placed on a non-hero unit. So it gives some of the bonuses, but not all.
That's weird.
And is that like...
Damn.
That's not FF as in forfeit, right? I hope not. I think it's just frustration at... Jumong disconnects right as Kimchi reconnects. Yeah, 2D's still pretty laggy, unfortunately. So doing a pretty good job microing those familiars at this ping that he's at. So nicely played by him. And oh, Cerberus brought up a point in chat that I guess I feel like I should. Yeah, exactly. I don't think that we actually were paused long enough, and I mean, as I said, you had to have your suspicions that same gank that happened last time was coming. So yeah, I'm sorry if it looked like I was actually accusing Akma of misconduct, because I don't think that there was any misconduct there. So yeah, sorry about that. And NZ has typed to you guys in chat, and in 2 minutes you will hear me talking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll teach him.
Hopefully Akma do not think that I was accusing them of anything untoward. I mean, this is there's not that much on the line, honestly, and I think both teams would just prefer to be sporting and try and beat the other team, you know, in the right way, if that's one way to phrase it. So Akma, they're gonna ditch the aspirations of this smoke. They're gonna just try and man mode straight down mid, but they are pushing into this Aegis now. Jatan's gonna do his best to apply some pressure at bot. Almost has his Lincoln Sphere finished, but now gonna be forced to TP back. Risk coming in from the side as well. And Beetle's thrown out just to try and stall this a bit. Owly comes in, looks for the stun. It's only going to be Jumong that they find. The Sonic Wave going to clean up his illusions, however. And he's going to be bursted down. Gets hit by the Sprout as well. Anarchy standing in the middle of this fight, but now walking out gets popped by the Vendetta. And now Akma, it's just a question of can they disengage in time, but no, Kimchi's going to go down. Picked up there. The Familiar is being cleaned up by Get Lost. One more right click is all that he needs for that one.
That ulti on the CK was huge. Like,
yeah.
he was just made useless, rendered useless. That whole team fight did nothing.
Yeah, I mean, popped his Phantasms, but then burst damage came, the illusions died, and he died shortly after. So that was a really big one for Akma, and they are ready to go. 1-800 Merlini. Oh, Twitch chat, even when you've only got like 30 people, it never changes. Anyway. So, coming in on mid.
They might get 2 towers off of that.
Yeah.
Oh no, they won't. Sorry, everyone's back up again.
They have all respawn. Stun attempted, but Kimchi not going to be stuck by that one. Trap slow, however, does not connect on Lippy, but now the bear, is there going to be an entangle? He's going to put as much damage as he can, but immediately wiped out. The scapegoat, as it were. The sacrificial lamb. More puns on the fact that he is a horseman.
Well, they're pinging to get mid tower. That's what Kimchi's pinging for. I don't know if that's a good idea though.
I don't know if they can. I mean, there's still the Aegis up. There's no Sonic Wave this time around, but I mean, equivalently there is.
Also pushing.
Yeah. Oh, they get lost. 4-second stun. I think that's going to be it for him. Yeah, one more right click. So that's going to be the Aegis pop, and this might be an opportunity for Akma. But meanwhile, you're right. Risk is 100% pushing bot. Pushing up, picking up a Necrobook as well. So even if it is going to be a tower, it's going to be a tower for a tower, and I don't think a trade that Akma want to take. So yeah, looks like Baranto is going to make his way bot. And I think that's going to be the end of the pushing hopes for mid.
It's actually surprising to see that Akmara
2 second stun on Brand. Will it be enough? No, nice stun from Owly, buys some space.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, it's actually weird to see the Akmara ahead in towers, just because they got a Leshrac and a Furion, as well as the Weaver that was pushing a lane for a while by itself.
Yeah. I mean, one of those towers was in exchange for a Rosh, so maybe in terms of like total objectives, they're not too far ahead. Risk is going to come in with the Dust. Kimchi with the Blink away. Can he find the TP in time? I think he's going to be fine. Nicely done by him to escape. And without those stuns in position, yeah, there's not a whole lot that they can do to stop him. You know, on mid, 2D still getting a little bit more farm up. Does now have that medallion that I was talking about earlier. We've got Kimchi, as we saw, with that Blink Dagger. Ranto has a Hyperstone picked up, in fact, so going to be working his way towards that AC. Looks like Jumong is just going for a BKB at the moment as well. And
Wow, so Lippy's with the treads. I guess he just wants as much health as he can get.
Yeah, I think just trying to tank up as much as he can. I mean, a Leshrac who dies with any mana left in the pool is just a sad Leshrac, so the survivability is going to be great. Like, I mean, you want to turn all of your mana into damage before you die as Leshrac, so a little bit more health is going to help him do that. Shatan is going to split push in at top. Risk not really going to be able to split push at bot, and doesn't actually have a TP scroll ready to go right now. And they get the lift back on Bran. Can they burst him down? They can. Gets caught out. Now going to be forced to use the buyback. They do have the Sonic Wave back up, and Risk with the TP finally back off cooldown, ready to go at bot. Tier 2 no longer under siege. Phantasm pops from Jumong, but I think this is just going to be to try and take the tower. Shatan comes in. He does have the Lincoln Sphere, however, that one's going to be popped. Tier 2 now under siege. Owly going to get slowed down by a bit. Fortification popped as well. Lippy walks in. Nice done. Anarchy walking in. Wants the lift. Can he find it? And Get Lost still running away. They're trying to buy space for Risk at bot to try and get near this tier 2. Pings go out. Risk still just hiding. Picks up his Necro 2 as well. But needs to really not be caught out, so he's going to, as soon as he sees that nobody is continuing to push down mid, he's going to back himself out. Meanwhile, at top, Jumong TP's there. I'm just going to try and finish this BKB, I think. He's doing okay, but not necessarily spectacularly, especially after that performance that we saw on Shadowfiend. And Lippy! Walks down, spots Anarchy and Tootie, but doesn't get lifted, so he's going to be fine to just do a bit of a quick nope and turn himself around in the other direction. Meanwhile, Brand just working his way towards his own BKB to help deal with these 4-second stuns from Chaos Knight. Looks like Tootie has his buckler finished, so mech not too long after. And Shatan is going to find a solo kill on Anarchy. I think he really needed to turn around and steal the Shikuchi there to try and escape, but there was
actually, has he got the buckler finished, or... Oh no, he's just got the recipe. Where's the, on the courier?
Does he actually have the... Oh, he doesn't have it finished, he still needs to change
yeah.
So he's still a ways away, okay, yeah. I think... Oh, so maybe it looks like Anarchy tried to steal the Shikuchi, but he popped the Lincolns and then just died, so... That was a bit unfortunate for him. Yeah, I think that looks like what happened, so... Apologies, Anarchy, there was no way for you... Well, you could have Fade Bolted and then stolen, but I don't know if you had enough mana, so I think maybe you were dead to Shatan anyway. If I'm directing a comment directly at Anarchy for some reason, so my apologies. But anyway, but top, Get Lost almost has his BKB finished. Lippy just doing a little bit of ancient stacking there, and Owly with a Blink Dagger now making his way down towards the bottom lane. So things looking pretty.
I'm actually surprised the Queen of Pain doesn't have that much farm.
I mean, it was farming well, and then just has died back to back to back.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It just kind of died down.
Yeah. So Akma's done a really good job of stifling the Quap, though Risk is continuing to become scarier and scarier. But the objective for him right now pretty much just push power, just split push. It's not really a whole lot of team fight. Though the Necrobook does help out at least a little bit. I mean, they're not really that full of right clickers, so the aura is not helping out that much. At least until Risk starts to pick up some damage items, or if maybe just a semi-damage item. But hold these thoughts, because down at bot, Kimchi's going to get jumped on. They're going to get a lift up on Owly. Will he be able to survive? Still burning down, and Shatan with the right click gets the killing spree. Kimchi going to try and escape. A Blink Dagger off cooldown for a second. The bear comes in. Ranto wants to finish up Lippy. Kimchi comes back in, but he's just going to blink straight away. deciding better of that one in the end. So 2 kills picked up by Hans, bringing them up to a 7-kill advantage, 10k experience, 5k gold, and Get Lost is going to continue pushing up on the top. Kimchi gets caught out at bot, gets stunned up the medallion as well, doing a ton of damage, and now Jumong gets sprouted. Ali going to drop to the familiars, Lippy trying to run away as well. 2D turns around, there's the soul assumption damage. Can they finish off the Leshrac? It's all he can hope for right now because Risk, he is putting out the focus fire, double kill for him, but ultra kill for Shaitan, now brought back in. He was able to kill off Jumong at the same time. Now Anarchy actually has time lapse stolen, needs to be careful to get the entangle up on Sicko, but still very, very tanky for now. Throws out the burst. Shaitan still chasing in, staying at the very edge of the tower range, but no! Risk, nicely done, manages to get the Wrath of Nature through. One more right click from Shaitan, gonna finish up that kill. Very good awareness.
Bear didn't have his armor on that whole time, and some reason, oh there we go, he's figured it out.
Yeah, and it gets sprouted up, gets medallioned, and I think the tower gonna fall as well. So Shaitan and Risk going straight to work. Get Lost are on with his BKB finished, and 100% on that one with that tower going down as well. Kimchi working his way towards a BKB, but still delayed a bit, and the Chaos Knight actually pretty close to his as well. Just needs to farm up another 900 gold. So BKBs are coming along shortly for
yeah, Lone Druid has opted to not go for the Maelstrom. I guess maybe because he thinks he's just too far behind, maybe just go for the AC.
I think the AC helps out the Chaos Knight and the Templar Assassins so much that maybe the extra farming speed from the Maelstrom perhaps not worth it. So it's gonna make his bear that much tankier as well, because it is dying very quickly to the medallion damage from the Weaver. And if you thought there was already a lot of minus armor from the Weaver, he's also got a Desolator picked up. So yeah, that's gonna be fun times for the bear, and gonna be fun times for the familiars.
Does not want to get caught out by that guy.
Yeah, Rubik doesn't want to be anywhere near that. And I don't think Roshan wants to be anywhere near that either, but he doesn't really have a choice.
Oh, Nix has got Blink Dagger.
Yeah, he's had that for a bit.
Oh man, I'm just missing out on these supports getting Blink Daggers. I just assume they'll never get farmed.
So they head into the pit. They've got Necro units. They've got
Rubik's gonna get
Treants.
caught out, and he's in a bit of trouble right here.
Oh, Owlie's gonna find him. Is he gonna be able to steal anything? Is he gonna be able to lift?
Yeah,
Oh, but not the Nature's Wrath again. Oh, Risk. And just barely enough mana for that one as well, I think. 4.2k gold in the bank. Get Lost is going to be able to pick up the Aegis, and now a 9-kill lead in favor of Hans. Looking very, very good for them. And Shaitan with this Desolator, just absurd damage. Jumong almost with his BKB finished on mid, but I mean, just a single attack. Melting him, like really, really doing a lot of damage. BKB's finished for Kimchi, however. So they're getting some items up. It's going to help out with the survivability in these team fights. But we'll see if it's going to be enough to repel this constant pressure from Hans Reborn, especially with Risk almost having his Hex finished up as well.
Yeah, oh wow, I didn't even realize that Risk has gone for stats over the Sprout.
Yeah, so he's going for a little bit of extra damage over more points than Sprout. Yeah, I guess the Sprout is often just set up for like a Leshrac stun, which immediately cuts it down, so it's not too bad. And I mean, it scales okay, but not great. Owlie walks in a bot, he's going to get Reality Rifted back in. 3 seconds stun up. They're going to be able to make it here in time. They do manage to get the burst damage out, but the BKB pops from Jumong. Now pops the ultimate. Can they find Bran? Not able to cast anything on him. Shaitan in the middle of the fight. Now going to time-lapse himself out on full HP, but he immediately gets entangled. Can they kill him in time? The Phantasm's doing work. Still running back, however, towards the Sentry Ward. But meanwhile, oh, Kimchi actually gets the meld hit cancelled, and now pops his BKB, but gets sprouted up. Nice ground sprout there from Risk. And now, what else can they do? They're still chasing, but it's just the support's dead so far. And looks like it's going to be a disengage, but Shaitan is actually chasing all the way back towards where the tier 2 tower was. Now going for Jumong, the minus armor as well. Cleans him up with just a little bit of damage. Risk back into the fight. The bear putting out some work on him, but Lippy comes up. Nice blink backwards from Kimchi. And Ranto trying to escape. Shaitan still giving chase. Anarchy comes in, tries the lift. There's the entangle. Manages to steal the Shikuchi as well, so a little bit more survivability for him. Bran fighting Kimchi right now. But I think that's going to be it for this fight on bot. The familiars just trying to wander their way back.
That was really good from Lippy to earn Shaitan up. It just to get him to back up to full health.
Yeah.
And just go around.
Just back into safety range.
Yeah, that
oh, they get the lifts, but in is the jump from the Queen of Pain, but taking tons of damage from the familiars. Will he be bursted down in time? Anarchy's actually running around, gets the urn charge out. Will that be enough? I don't know if it will be, but looks like Lippy going to be the target as well. Shukuchi through. Aegis is going to pop, trying to heal himself up, but another Soul Assumption finishes him. Meanwhile, Shaitan in the back of the fight. Nice familiar stuns. Going to lock down the Quap, the Nyx, and the Weaver. And as Kimchi disconnects, we are going to have one more pause.
God damn.
Yeah, looks like I have been getting some frame drop, guys. So I'm going to apologize for that. Hopefully it has been watchable. Hopefully it's been enjoyable. It's looking pretty good for Hans right now, but they still haven't taken Arax just yet. And Akuma only down one. Going to be trying to defend this, though, without the Phantasm for 50 seconds. So that's going to be a little bit more difficult for the Chaos Knight. And Anarchy finds himself in kind of a weird spot without a TP. So we'll see if he's going to be able to get out of here. I think he's just going to Shikuchi himself away as quickly as he can. And An is apparently sick of pauses. He's been playing Dota all day, so it looks like he wants to have a bit of a break. So we're going to hopefully get back
into
underway.
Apparently.
You know, stuck in the basement. Looks like Hans have captured him and put him to work in the Dota mines. So
I think yeah, that was another one of those weird team fights that just kept going on and on.
Yeah, it just on and on. Both teams see opportunities to get kills and just keep non-stop.
Yeah, this Rubik definitely though in a bad position.
He's like, wait a minute.
Guessing, can they see him there or?
No.
No.
But they will in a sec. But I think he's kind of wondering what he did with his life to deserve this. And the fight's going to continue. Jumong's actually going to jump in very aggressively, forced to pop the BKB to try and escape, but the Geminid attack flying through. The Beetles connect as well, and Shaitan, he is not done. He's still chasing. One more right click, going to finish it up. Ranto forced back to his fountain. Meanwhile, Anarchy does manage to sneak back into the base. Shaitan just trading blows with Kimchi, pops the BKB. Risk, however, gets the Sprout out on Shaitan. Looking for the ground Sprout on Kimchi this time. Not so successful. The Bear popping out some hits onto the Weaver, but I think that's going to be it. And it looks like Rax. Kimchi just going to phase boot himself away. Has the blink to try and engage. And Risk may be in trouble. He's going to get entangled, gets lifted for a couple of hits. Now the entangle goes down, but he is still very, very tanky. And in comes Kimchi, putting out damage. Owly with the aggressive blink in. Down goes Anarchy. Shaitan still just wreaking havoc in these fights. Takes a bit of damage from the familiars. The Sonic Wave is going to pop as well. Shaitan with one more kill. Double. Now looking towards Tootie. Couple more right clicks going to finish him up. Nice stuns. And the mech, however, going to buy him some space. And a meld from Kimchi. Looks like it's going to keep him safe. But meanwhile, Risk and Get Lost have just been going to work on the Ancient, have been going to work on the racks, not the Ancient. They're going to be able to pick up the melee racks, and now looking for more. Kimchi going to jump on top of Get Lost, but on able to blink himself away, and now Lippy with a Ghost Scepter just wandering himself around in the Radiant Jungle. So
yeah, that was well, I guess another part 3. Let's call it part 3 of that.
Part 3 of that team fight, yeah.
This is the final cut.
And then the next team fight should be pretty entertaining as well, because almost everybody has buyback. So yeah. And sorry about the yawn there, guys. Risk has finished up his Hex, 2k gold in the bank for him as well. Roshan is still about 5 minutes away, so Han's probably not going to be waiting around for that one. They are at a huge lead, 20k experience, heading up towards 20k gold as well. And the fact that Akuma are even making a dent in them in these fights just goes to show that they are, playing pretty well, but Hans just have that slight edge, and they've just been accumulating that over the course of the game.
He, the Furin actually had like another 500, 600 gold before they went into that team fight, till he had his Hex, and come out with 2k as well.
On top of the Hex, yeah. So tons of farm from that. I think he would have got probably quite a few last hits on the structures. So Risk still farming, and looks like Akuma is just going to go for a bit of a... Yeah, wow. Okay, so Get Lost just wants the burst damage, apparently.
Yeah, he really means it when he doesn't want to be in the spaceman any longer. He's going to be killing that Rubik.
He's trying to expedite these fights as much as he possibly can.
Or creeps.
Even Dagon and creeps, that's where the push, that's where the push is at. but
Butterfly is up on the Weaver now as well.
oh wow. I mean, Shaitan was just spitting out damage before, and now he's got a DD as well. Oh my lord, this is brutal. Look at this, 165 plus 253. I think he one-shots creeps. He does.
Oh my
those
lordy
eyes.
Lords.
Yeah,
Akuma
those
must
eyes.
have heard the news that Weaver's eyes on the
Weaver
yellow
has,
things.
has creepy eyes. Yeah.
Radiant
So this tower not long for this world, and Akuma, they can't be much slower in trying to defend this one.
Wow.
Owly can actually stop TPs. They're already onto the rack. Shaitan with this double damage, just wreaking havoc. Jumon gonna pop the Phantasm, but Han's already out. They're booking it, and yeah.
There's no reason to even try and compete for a team fight.
There's no reason to even take a team fight. And meanwhile, Owly looks like he managed to
Solid
stop.
kill on
Yeah,
TA.
looks like he managed to stop Kimchi's TP out at the very end of that fight. So manages to pick up the solo kill of all things. And Kimchi
it
gonna
is.
call the GG well played. So we do still have a game 2 and potentially a game 3, assuming that Akuma want to play it. I mean, I guess there's nothing that the admins can do if Akuma don't want to play, but hopefully we'll be back with game 2 shortly. So nicely played by Hans, one step closer to that grand prize of $250 for the team.
are under attack.
And get lost very, very low, and without really anything, just playing games with Jumong right now. But everybody's going to disconnect off, and we're just going to wait around for the final score screen and then wrap this up. Hopefully get back with game 2 reasonably soon.
I think the only thing that could have gone a bit differently and maybe gone better is if they rotated the tri lane, because those supports just sat bottom. That's literally all they did.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
I mean,
tower is under
They picked the Visage expecting that there was going to be try versus try, and they just couldn't get that try versus try matchup to
Yeah.
happen. So
But that's what I mean, and then the
Unfortunate.
Visage just ended up being useless. Like,
Yeah.
just sat there pulling. You could
Exactly.
do it with any hero.
and then Hans, I mean, they just
Radiant's middle tower.
They just rotated the supports to keep, well, not keep killing Kimchi. They got some nice sentries down, but it did slow down his farm. So
Yeah.
that's going to be it for this game. This is, again, the grand finals of the Cyber Gamer DOTA2 Weekend Cup. I'm Bezkip. Joining me has been Enzi, and we're going to be back shortly with game 2.
Right.
And there should be the next lobby up. Cool.
Oh, wow.
Okay, let's update the upcoming.
I think Bran or Arn is getting pretty upset by these pauses.
Hmm. Yeah, doesn't seem very impressed right now. I mean, it's been a long day of Dota for everybody involved. They did have a bit of a break, but yeah, I guess none too impressed that we are now heading towards 8 p.m. I still don't know about some of these. Like, I felt yesterday was completely reasonable. We ran from what 2 until or 1 until 5, so it was, you know, a couple of hours of Dota. But I got my evening to myself, and today it's been 1:30 until, I mean, it's probably going to be more than likely going to be 9:30. So it's definitely a long day of Dota, and I don't know. I guess trying to jam everything into a weekend is
Yeah.
difficult, but at the same time, people don't really want to commit to 2 weekends either. So yeah, it's kind of difficult.
They probably should have put maybe a limit on the teams, just so, you know, at least, you know, all the teams that really want to play, they'll sign up as soon as they can. And then I don't know, maybe they just don't have it.
Just
Have to kind of bunch it all into one weekend.
Yeah, have a smaller number of teams. I mean, I don't know if it even matters how many teams you start with, though. Right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true. I personally think that group play is a lot more interesting than just best of 1 eliminations.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the nice thing about this tournament is that Cybergamer have said that they're going to use it as a reference for,
Yeah.
you know, for who's going to be invited to who's going to be, necessarily invited to future competitions. So hopefully this will help them, seed everybody out, and then we'll be able to have some more exciting competitions. It looks like Tyranny just snuck into the lobby for a second, but I don't know if Tag is having any of that this time around. So it just told me game is safe to leave, but I'm just gonna click reconnect and hopefully we'll load in. It's a bit weird. Are you successfully loading in? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'm in. Yep.
Okay, so hey everybody, welcome back to the Cybergamer DOTA2 Weekend Cup. This is our grand final. Hans find themselves at a 1-0 lead in this best of 3, so they've only got to take this game to go home with the $250. Akma looking to try and win 2 back-to-back to try and win this one out. I am Beske, but joining me today is Enzi. How you doing?
Good. Yep. How are you doing? Yeah, good.
Good. Getting a bit tired. I've got university commitments tomorrow, so I need to get some. I need to find a little bit of time to myself this evening, but casting calls. So
Yeah, I've been getting
that's what we're going to be doing.
PMs all night to fix stuff.
Try and deal with IXDL stuff.
Yep.
Well.
Having to ignore that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, take a bit of a night off, relax, enjoy some Hans versus Akma action.
Yeah.
And looks like we're just hoping that Jumong is gonna connect in. Again, I had a problem connecting to the server, so he may have just walked away, expecting that the lobby was gonna load through. Well, no, I mean he could have said, "Okay, I'm in the lobby. This is all I need to do until the end of the draft." So yeah, it looks like he's gonna walk back to his PC, realize that he hadn't actually connected, and just hit the reconnect, and we're gonna be ready to go. So
is there does that ODC still happen? The Oceanic
DOTA Cup, the weekly Sunday thing?
Yeah.
I think it's dependent on whether or not there's another event on. I haven't casted it for the last couple of weeks since I've had other casting commitments and university commitments.
Oh.
It was a good idea. I enjoyed it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a bit it was a bit all over the place though.
Yeah, a little bit disorganized. So Jumong's gonna fail to load in despite reconnecting. So we're just gonna have to X out and then get back and get booted out to the lobby. What is it with this Australian people in DreamHack?
I don't know. It's nothing. It's just something me and some pals say, I guess. Just like a little saying. Jigabilly, you might know him. He's a Hon player.
Yeah.
He plays Dota 2, yeah.
I know of Jigglebilly.
Yeah.
Is he? What's his stream again? Is he,
Sippy Cup TV.
He's Sippy Cup, yeah. Yeah. With the shirtless screaming is all that I know.
Yeah, that's basically
that's Jigglebilly. Yeah. So has he given up on Dota?
No, he plays Dota, but he was trying for a bit there. It's more so I think he just kind of lost motivation to do a lot of stuff because he played Han, and then he went to Dota 2, and first of all, his stream used to be huge when he first started under Jigabilly, because everyone was like, oh, that's Jigabilly because that's his channel. Sorry, and then his account got banned for certain reasons.
Certain reasons?
Yeah. Watched the video on YouTube, but apparently it wasn't appropriate, and got banned. Just hold on a second. Oh god, I'm dying. Yeah, so that happened. Made his new account, and then the stream kind of picked up, but it was never he used to get 1K to 2K viewers most of the time, and then it kind of died down to 500 to 1K.
Okay.
And then he just and then swapped to Dota 2, and because they're all Hon kids, they don't want to watch Dota 2, so he dropped down to 50 viewers.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I guess also he was known for his Pudge or the Han equivalent, and the Han equivalent is significantly stronger than Pudge.
Yeah.
So, there's no way for you not to be in rot range when you're dismembering someone in Han, is my understanding.
His rot range gets bigger as your ulti channel's longer.
Ah, okay. So
if you get your channel off, it's I think it's like 350 or something like that AOE.
Hmm. And,
And,
obviously the hook must feel completely different. Like even if they're trying to make it 1-to-1, it's just
Oh, the hook's
really-
just the hook's broken as well because you can just have one level of it and it's still max range.
Oh wow. So what changes about it? Just damage.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those S2 guys.
Yeah. And his ulti also gives him extra damage as well as he channels it.
I
So
just remember playing like the briefest bit of Han back at the start of the beta. Yeah, and it was okay, but I didn't have the motivation to switch. So
Yeah, I wasn't actually playing Dota at that point. Like I used to play Dota and I stopped playing Dota to play like COD and just casual games and stuff like that, COD and WoW, and just play around with something in spare time. And then Hong came out and I was like, oh sweet, I'd love to see how this goes, like an updated version of Dota. And then I played that, and then I got a Dota 2 beta key and just stopped. Never went back.
fair enough.
But yeah, there's like a lot of changes in Dota 2 that are real weird, like in Hon that are real weird, like Pudge's hook as well. Even this is one of the changes they originally had to Pudge, was that his hook could actually grab on the way back as well.
Oh wow.
It's really stupid, yeah. And the Priestess of the Moon equivalents, like just stupid. Because Hunt doesn't really have cast times and stuff like that. Well, there are, but it's not that noticeable.
There's like not the same turn rates and not really the same.
Yeah, basically the bottom in that just throws her arrow straight away.
Wow. So that's... I mean, I think a lot of the cast point stuff and the turn rate is all just a product of the game being built in the Warcraft 3 engine, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's no. I try and explain to a lot of people. They'll be like, "Oh, it feels sluggish." I'm like, well, you know, I'd say it's because Dota 2 actually like, well, you know, whoever balances this, Ice Frog, and whoever else his little partners, they kind of balance around turn rates and stuff like that. Like, there's a hero that actually reduces your turn rate, whereas in Hon, I mean, some heroes feel a bit different, but it's not like, well, that's a huge difference. You know, go from like a Zeus to a, I don't even know, like a Dazzle or something.
Yeah.
So this is taking a while.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe Jimon can't play anymore, so maybe they have to try and find another replacement. I don't know. It would suck to see the best of 3 end with a default loss. Yeah.
Yeah. They
Good.
actually played really well.
Yeah,
I think,
I mean, really
that
good.
game went a lot better.
Really
than,
good play for them compared to especially compared to the game that got them knocked into the lower bracket.
to useless stalker.
I wasn't useless. He got kills. Set up 3 in the first
Yeah.
night. I mean, it's not. It was a
It's
difficult
just
draft.
Stalker, man. I don't see the point in drafting that hero if you're not gonna
I don't know.
be running him real aggressively.
I just think it was a very difficult draft because they were really pushing them towards like Storm Spirit, and they had to find some other mid. I mean, leaving that mid until last was just a really
They could have
difficult.
got Skywrath.
I guess, but
That's better than.
but how is he going to be less susceptible to the Nyx Rubik ganks?
I mean, well, he's not, but it's at least he's more useful during the daytime than a Night Stalker.
Hmm.
I think. Oh wow, Suppy, what's the problem here? Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Do not like Night Stalker. There was a period I remember. Where was it? G1 League, early G1 League, where IG ran Night Stalker Bounty Hunter with Luna like nearly every single game, and they just dominated. Absolutely dominated. Because basically the Bounty Hunter and the Night Stalker would just hang out as soon as it came first night and get so many kills. Who else is there? Could have sent Drow mid. Yeah, that'd be a bit
Against
of fun.
Quap?
Yeah,
Maybe.
why not? Just
Maybe.
why not? Just
You gotta try.
get lots of regen pools and just attack with extra range.
Well. So yeah, looks like they are maybe looking for someone. So An is gonna offer Kimchi Confetti. Or Tyranny. So it looks like we might just do a draft first, and then we're gonna... Enzi, this is your time. This is your calling.
I already have to deal with them in IXGL. That's enough for me.
This is your moment.
Dealing with them is just, that's painful enough for me. I don't want to play on a team with them.
Why is it difficult to...
Because they just shit talk.
Oh well. Okay, so we're gonna get into this game. Hey everybody, welcome back to the CyberGamer DOTA2 Weekend Cup. But okay, they don't want to draft, so we're just gonna wait until we get.
What? Why not? Why would you not want to just draft first?
I don't know.
And they don't want to waste time, but they don't want to just speed things up. I guess maybe it's because they're going to be Kimchi's the one looking for the sub, and they don't want him drafting and doing that at the same time.
No, I would guess that they kind of want to. They want to know who they're up against, as far as. So I mean, obviously everybody has their own signature heroes, and I guess I think they would prefer to know who they're going to be playing against.
Ah, see, if I was in that slot, they'd have to ban Axe. That's what it'd be.
Exactly.
Lippy would say, ban his Axe. I played with that.
Yep, so it looks like we're going to have the last player for Akma here in just a second. The big mystery, who's it going to be? I mean, they're looking for a solo. Could be Muffin Man. Who knows? He's not really a solo player, but we'll find out.
Maybe they think he's not good enough for them, since they just beat him. Didn't they? Or was it boy? No, it was boys. Yeah. Oh, actually, Akma knocked him down there. So yeah, it's a bunch of Zeds. All right. Wow. Wonder how many pauses we're gonna get this game.
We'll find out. We'll keep a tally. Okay. Oh, nice. It's snoring. Anyway, so hey everybody, welcome back to the Oceanic. It's the CyberGamer DOTA2 Weekend Cup. This is day 2. This is our grand final game between Hans Reborn and Akma. And I am here with Enzi. So I'm Baseskip, and we're going to be bringing you guys this game. And I think we're both losing it a little bit, but we'll do our best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Okay, so Akma are going to choose to ban Naga Siren to start. Okay, so introductions. ZZZZZ, or Snoring, is Cynical. So some of you may know him. He was actually playing with Fairy Tail recently, which is basically FTFC, but with Snoring instead of somebody else. So they already had KP in today. They're going to have Snoring now. He's going to be their stand-in instead of Jumong, who they had before, and KP, who they had before, and I think that was it for today. But anyway, so I'm Baseskip. We're here for this game. We're going to have a Nyx and a Naga ban from Akma, and it's going to be a Nyx and a Batrider from Hans Reborn, leaving the Lone Druid and the Magnus in the pool, and Akma going to choose to go for the Keeper of the Light here, so perhaps looking towards a defensive Phantom Lancer oriented strategy that we'll have to see.
Yeah, they're going to cop out. You watch.
Yeah.
This is what everyone does. It's the cop out on the deciding game. Oh, wow, okay.
No. That's not Akma's style. That's not Akma's style at all. And they've got fresh legs on Snoring. He's gonna be all over this one. So Hans Reborn, they're gonna pick themselves up the Lone Druid and the Shadow Demon. They're looking for an aggressive tri-lane right now, but that's gonna be difficult going into the Keeper of the Light and the Rubik. And Akma have also managed to secure a pretty good lane with the Queen of Pain for mid. So Magnus is gonna be taken by Hans. He's gonna be their mid matchup against the Quap. Akma right now are looking for an off lane to match up against the Lone Druid, and then looking for their carry, who's going to be leading them to hopefully victory on that try versus try, which we'll more than likely be seeing bot. Hans Reborn probably looking towards a Lina or a Leshrac from them. The Lina a little bit stronger as far as ganking the Queen of Pain, but both of which are going to be banned out by Akma. So they're looking to secure a nice defensive lane, and Hans Reborn maybe going to have to consider banning out the Phantom Lancer here.
Yeah, probably 100%. Really, don't know why they wouldn't. Or maybe they think the same way you do, and the Akma cop-outs. They're not going to take the easy way out.
I don't know. I don't know if the Coddle PL is the easy way out. Though I mean, Hans showed that they knew how to deal with the PL. They didn't show that it was necessarily against the Coddle PL, which is obviously a lot more of a nuisance. But we'll see. I think this last ban does come down to a question of whether or not they think Akma are going to go for that Phantom Lancer pickup. And there's still a Darkseer in the pool as well, so I think Akma wouldn't be too unhappy with Darkseer PL, or I mean, the co-op and the Darkseer should be able to do quite well and stall the game out a bit. So let's see.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. I think it's weird that Magnus has it, like, he's made it through to second ban phase, what, once or twice,
Yeah.
and even now he's like getting picked up even a little bit later.
Yeah, he's made a bit.
People not must be that lag. No, everyone that plays mag for either team just can't deal with the lag.
I mean, there have been latency issues have plagued the competition so far, so we've had lots of disconnect, lots of pauses.
What's the problem? They're using a VPN?
I think they're using some sort of tunneling or VPN service to try and get a slightly better connection, but it seems to be a little bit inconsistent. So it is probably improving their ping, but it's decreasing consistency. So yeah. So Darkseer's going to be the ban for Hans Reborn, and Akma not going to be going for the Phantom Lancer. They're going to pick up an Anti-Mage here. So also kind of difficult to gank. A nice pickup overall, I think. And can definitely go toe-to-toe with the Lone Druid later on in the game, especially if he has an Abyssal Blade, a Manta Style. Can just jump on the Lone Druid himself and, you know, murder him. So Akma playing a slightly stallier game, but the Keeper of the Light is going to help them get there, and we're just looking for one last hero to round things out. And Hans, we're going to see if they're still going to try and go aggressive here with what's left in the pool. It might turn out to be a little bit difficult. And if they do, I think they'd have to pick up something like a Bane just to have the lockdown to kill off the AM. But that would leave their tri-lane kind of weak, so they probably wouldn't go for it. But Hans, pick up the Windrunner. Okay, so this might still be an aggressive tri-lane from them, or perhaps just an off-lane Windrunner as
They
well.
might be doing what they ran earlier with the Windrunner farming.
Yeah, in the tri-lane. But I don't know if it would ever be a safe lane farming Windrunner. I think it would have to be an aggressive farming. And Akma, okay, looks like they're going to leave the Anti-Mage to deal with the Lone Druid on top, I would guess. And then Coddle, Rubik, and Sven are going to be looking to go aggressive here. So that's definitely interesting. We're going to have some awkward maneuvering from at least one team as far as the lanes are concerned, depending on what kind of prediction they've got going on as to the location of the tri-lane. But yeah, we shall see.
Yeah.
I think here's the thing, like Hans don't want to send actually, okay, if Hans send Lone Druid top and the tri-lane bot, then they're kind of missing the point of their tri-lane, which is to have the triple range, very aggressive, you know, go from there. But at the same time, if Lone Druid goes top and he finds the enemy tri-lane, then he's kind of okay. But yeah, you're losing out on the, you know, farm on Windrunner is good, but not as good as farm on Lone Druid. Meanwhile, however, if Akma send their tri-lane bot and go aggressive to try and give the safe lane to the Anti-Mage, then they will find the tri-v-tri, and Hans Reborn will be on the safe lane with their tri-lane, and Lone Druid should do okay against the Anti-Mage top. So there's still decisions to be made, but I don't think Akma ever sends the Anti-Mage to bot to start things out. So I think that helps clear things up a little bit.
I was going to say they might even go for the Ogre here as well, and then give the Lone Druid double Abyssal to compete with the AM and Sven late game. The Soul Ring Abyssal Bear.
Or the Arcane Booster, or the Energy Booster.
No, that's more expensive, and it's you know, you got no mana regen.
But you gotta activate it as well. So anyway, Hans Reborn, they're gonna pick themselves up a Sand King here as that follow-up stunner to the Shadow Demons. So a pretty good lane for them if they can catch either the Keeper of the Light or the Rubik. There should be blood, And definitely, I think, with enough lockdown to kill off the Anti-Mage as well, between the SK, the Windrunner, and the Shadow Demon, just by virtue of, if they can shackle him next to his own illusions, then he's going to have a pretty sad time. So we'll see. I think maybe even Hans would maybe send the tri-lane aggressively and just scout things out with the Lone Druid at bot. But we're going to figure out all of that and more as we move forward into this game. So getting underway. Over on the side of Akma, we're going to have Kimchi playing the Queen of Pain, Ranto is going to be on the Sven, Anarchy on the Keeper of Light, Snoring or ZZZZZ, or Cynical is going to be on the Anti-Mage, and Tootie is going to be on the Rubik. Meanwhile,
on Radiant,
Hans.
we have Risk on the Windrunner, Lippy on Shadow Demon, on Magnus, Ali, Sand King, and Sicko or Shatan on Lone Druid.
Yeah, and Tag disconnects, apparently. Ooh, Bran. Oh. I don't know how much he cares at this point. So he's going to be on mid on the Magnus. He's got a bottle rush ready to go. Looks like...
30 seconds to battle.
So Cynical's finally been looking for the opportunity to report Lippy. Needed to be in a game against him to do so, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. But so okay, so the decision making from Han is to actually send the bear bot to start things out. However, Akma send the anti-mage bot as well. So this 1v1 matchup is going to be the tri-lane versus tri-lane is going to be against one another. And I think this is the middle ground as far as the lanes are concerned. Both teams okay with this. Since there probably would have been an adjustment to get us into this situation anyway. And I don't think the Anti-Mage would have gotten... The Anti-Mage and the Lone Druid aren't going to get that much out of the... they wouldn't have got that much out of their respective pulls. So I think Akma may be coming out on top here, just by virtue of having access to their pull camp.
Yeah. They can contest it, though. Pretty easily as well. Sand King's one of those boards that's just real strong.
Yeah,
he is
very strong.
Really good at being aggressive.
And definitely nice with the long duration disruption at level 1 as well. Helps him get into range for that very short range burst strike. So even like 2D right now needs to be kind of careful. There looks like the support's heading across just to try and get some wards up on the camp. There are, however, some sentries up on 2D, so he should be fine. I like the decision from Akma not to try and pick up a smoke because they do not have the ganking supports to really be able to kill off the Magnus. So they're going to stay up here, pick up some extra regen, and just camp out for a while. Hoping to pick up some kills against the Hans tri-lane if they do overextend even a little bit. And Hans, I also like this. I think, no, they've actually just not blocked out the large camp, I believe. They'll have to see, and they get a nice ward down, which is going to spot any movements across from the supports to try and intercept them. So that's going to be nice. And just starting to run some pulls now as well. Meanwhile, on mid, it's going to be Magnus against Queen of Pain. So I think maybe a little bit of revenge for Kimchi, though there are definitely some kill potential going the way back going the way back of the Magnus. So gonna have to be careful there. And Sand King and I think Sand King and Shadow Demon, two heroes that can kind of try and come gank the Queen of Pain.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's real good. Burrow Strike's really strong as a sun.
Hans have actually misplaced the sentry, so the Owlies can actually have to try and body block this camp because that ward by itself is not going to block it, I believe. No, see, so that's a little bit misplaced. I don't know why Hans are gonna, why Akma are gonna try and de-ward it after they see that it had spawned out. So that's really weird from them.
They just don't want wards up in their shit.
Yeah, I guess that ward might have been able to get rid of the Observer, but I think it was just out of range. So that's a bit weird. Anyway.
Wow, Risk is smashing this Sven.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job. Wow, Ranto, nothing just yet. So Risk just picks up the Basti, gets that +6 damage out of nowhere, and now just going really aggressive, CSing fantastically. And yeah, it's a tough time for Sven so far. Despite being on this tri-lane, the supports are running pulls, so he's just forced to try and last it under the tower a little bit. And again, it is double range this time around from Hans. They've got level 2 up on Lippy, level 1 still on Owlie, and Risk sitting at level 2 as well. So some nice burst damage, especially if they do manage to catch out one of the relatively squishy supports. And actually, Akma lose a little bit of control of this wave. So it's going to be pushing straight in, and that's going to be a lot of experience going back the way of Hans in just a second. Meanwhile, at bot, Shaitan doing pretty well against Cynical. I think no huge surprise there. I mean, Snoring does almost have his Tranquil Boots up, but still a ways away, and has burned through the majority of his regen so far. So having a pretty tough time on this bottom lane. I don't know how much regen he was actually pooled. I think he was only pooled a standard set of regen, so some tangos and a salve, and that's made life a little bit more difficult for him.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I don't know what they've... These supports are going to come out on top, I think, for the Dire, as you're saying earlier.
Yeah, they should be. They were able to run their pulls. The problem is that Sven isn't getting much, but...
Yeah.
So far so good as far as this tri lane is concerned, though I think the goal at the end of the day is to just pressure the Sven, because the goal for Akma is to survive the tri lane, have the Sven do well. Cynical's getting a big dive on bot, but he's going to be absolutely fine, 35 HP. Manages to escape, and now Brand managed to pick up a regen, throws out one more hit on Kimchi, doesn't actually manage to connect the shockwave, so I don't think considering going for this skewer right now. And Kimchi's going to tango up as he runs the Bottle Crow back, so that's going to be fine for him. But somehow, I'm not sure how, but Magnus manages to contest the bottom rune. Maybe gets a bit of a guess to start things out, but yeah, manages to grab the regen out from under the nose of the Queen of Pain, and comes back in, but gets stung up. The two range creeps are putting out a little bit of damage, and Kimchi needs to be careful about going for these very aggressive low health plays. Just going to be waiting around for a bit, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, before we saw that first blood attempted at bot, I mean, the thing for Akma is they actually do need some farm on the Sven, because it's up to him to later on in the game switch out with the Anti-Mage, so the Anti-Mage can finish up his Battle Fury and then continue farming from there. So Sven having a good time is actually kind of important right now. The support's
he's
just sitting on top
it's gonna
of him.
be, well, wonder what he's actually going to go for, whether it's going to be the drums or, you know, maybe an armlet or something to open it up a bit more.
Nice eliminates from Anarchy, just making some space in this lane. Risk pushing it up a bit, so Akma have claimed a little bit more control over the equilibrium. Those farms still looking fantastic for Risk, sitting up at 27 for 10. So lots of denies, lots of harassment from him. And actually pushing into the tower a bit, so making life even a little bit more difficult for Ranto underneath that one. Cynical still trying to finish up those arcane boots. He's underneath his tower right now, but Shaitan doing a really good job of just harassing him whenever he comes too close. So nicely played by him. Cynical now actually going to jump in, but Shaitan is level 6, so he needs to be very cautious about entangles here. There's another creep wave as well, but this looks like a big commitment, at least until the blink is back off cooldown. Still chasing, and now he's going to blink himself back out. I think trying his luck quite a bit there. I mean, there were probably 5-6 bear hits without an entangle, and if that entangle had connected, I think he probably would have just died. So it gets a little bit lucky. Ooh, but they actually got
rotation.
Yeah, Sicko's been tenderized a bit, and now Kimchi is coming down to finish it up. There's the sting, there's the scream, and right clicks are going to be enough. Nicely played here by Akma. And Sicko the only...
There's something else happening on top here.
Yeah, disruption. They get the stun out on Lippy, however, the burst strike comes through on Tootie. Looks like he's going to drop. I don't know if Lippy will. Nice shackle shot from Risk. Frees up some space. Anarchy going to give himself a little bit more mana too.
Oh, he might get a double stun here.
Oh, Kenny turned around. Yeah. No mana. Well, no mana for a Stormbolt. Not quite in range with the two-man burst strike for Owly, but a double kill for Risk all the same.
I think there's a bit of miscommunication on bottom then, because like you saw Arn ping out that the Quap was getting the bot room, but I don't know. Lone Druid just didn't seem to care.
I mean, he went into the side shop to pick up his phase boots, and then I think came straight out and got cleaned up. So yeah, I don't know if there was necessarily enough time for him to react to that one, especially given that we did just pass 6 minutes and the rune vision vanished. So I think An was completely guessing based off whether or not the Queen of Pain returned to the lane. So had she returned within 20 seconds of the rune spawn, then you could have said, okay, she didn't get the rune bot, you know, I can check that. But it comes down to a bit more of a judgment call, and if you're constantly, you know, having Shaitan back off on bot, then he's giving farm to the anti-mage that he doesn't really deserve. I mean, at the end of the day, in hindsight, yes, he died, so that's not great for him, but I mean, it could have been equivalently that Kimchi didn't get the rune, and you know, it was just waiting. And I don't know if he necessarily needed the rune for that gank, but it definitely helped out. And speaking of runes, 8-minute rune is going to go his way. Cynical actually making his way towards mid, gonna spot out Bran. He's very low on mana, gonna burn out the rest of it. Now giving chase, there's the benefit. Gets the block off on the escape route as well, trying to bottle up. Good disruption, however. And in comes Lippy, but now Cynical is just jumping on top of him. Kimchi throws out the sting. Sonic Wave as well. Lippy's gonna get cleaned up. Owly jumps in with the Burrow Strike. But these two heroes still doing work, and in comes Anarchy just to replenish his own mana.
That was a good save from Lippy there.
Yeah, really nice save from Lippy, and I mean losing his own life in comparison to losing On's life, I think definitely a worthwhile trade. Meanwhile, at top, risking a bit of trouble. Stun already used, however, and no lift. Tries to shackle. Shackle shot not going to connect. Power shot will. So that's going to be it as far as aggression is concerned on top. But Shaitan, if you leave him alone on bot, he's going to take your tower, and he's done exactly that right now. Illuminate's going to come down, but that's just a scratch on the Syllabear right now. Owly, level 5, so does have that rank 3 Burrow Strike. Up, 2D just wandering around, no boots for him just yet with that death. And Ranto left alone to try and get some farm up on top, only sitting at 12 CS. So the two carries for Akma, not looking so great just yet. And Kimchi TP's into this top lane and just walks straight past the creeps. Maybe just trying to make his presence felt, but yeah, that's not going to be a kill for sure. So now he's going to have to waste some time walking his way. It's a
tactical TP.
I mean, he does in this time give some levels towards the supports on mid. Cynical has a bit of space to farm on bot, though it's still a similar story with the bear continuing to drive him out. And Shaitan with some phase boots up on his hero as well. Those right clicks do pack a little bit more of a punch. So, on the sting on Bran on mid, but he actually skewers forward. Has the reverse polarity, but both of them quite low. This is some calculated aggression, I think.
After this
I think he's going to reverse. He gets the reverse, but Kimchi gets the kill. That Scream of Pain bounces back a long way. Owly looking to finish this one up. Blink only 3 seconds away, and I think he's just a little bit faster, yeah. So. Gets it down onto the low ground. There's a Blink. And he's going to turn himself around, in fact. Gets the Scream. But that's going to be it.
Yeah. He blinked into... I don't know, that was weird. Because the Blink still went off cooldown, but he blinked past him then, but got RP back to where he was.
Yeah. Oh, Shaitan. This is trouble. He's going to change forms. I don't know why he can do that in the middle of telekinesis, but anyway. He's going to get the entangle on Kimchi. Turns around. Gets the kill. That was a very lucky first hit entangle. And he gets the killing spree. Can they finish? Now the bear still giving chase. He's got phase boots up on his hero as well, so it is getting out of there. Wow. But Cynical wants to finish this one up. Can he burn enough mana in time? Shaitan actually blocks himself with the bear, able to walk around. Illuminate's going to clean him up, but Owly with the stun underneath tower. Now the two supports trying to run themselves out. 2D's going to pop the salve, TP scroll. Nice little juke from him, however. Oh, and nicely done by the Keeper of the Light as well to escape. Yeah. So those supports, they've got some moves.
With the lane druid, I'm pretty sure when he's doing his ultimate, there's a bit of a stun immunity.
I mean, he's got a fraction of a second of disjoint. Yeah. Oh, Shackle connects on Kimchi to the creep that is conveniently standing right behind him. He's not going to throw the Sonic Wave. Doesn't feel like he has enough time. So nicely played there by Risk. Good setup from Akma. They get the TP coming in right as the stun is thrown out by Sven. But at the end of the day, not going to be able to find that kill. And on the mid, On has his Arcanes finished up, suffering some damage from the Illuminates. Meanwhile, Cynical's going to get entangled at bot. So he has to TP himself away. Still not having a fantastic time on this anti-mage. And Sven's still not having a great time, so he can't really look to gank to make some space. So it's really all on Kimchi to be the aggressor, to be the one doing stuff. And Coddle just needs to make sure that he doesn't die so that they can hold on to this tier 1 mid and this tier 1 top as long as they possibly can.
He just got invis, so he's not going to die for the next minute or so, at least.
It's a sneaky experience, Rune.
Oh, never mind, he doesn't care.
No. So 2D's going to come in on mid as well to soak up some more EXP. Kimchi rotating down that way. They have a look at Bran. 2D walks up onto the high ground.
Kill here.
Oh, this is dangerous. There's the lift. They managed to get Kimchi back in range, but a bit of a weird angle there. The Sonic Wave is ready to go. It does just barely clip, but Kimchi very low on mana. The right clicks, will they be enough? Bran turns around, throws out the reverse polarity. Down goes Kimchi. One more right click. I think he's going to die out to the sting. Nicely played by 2D walking in, but I think that might be his life as well. Is going to have a Burrow Strike in just a second. Burrow Strike's underneath the tower, and now Ranto looking for this kill. Illuminate not going to connect. There's the stun, however. Yeah, so.
I thought he was going to disjoint the stun, but yep.
Dire's bottom tower
Down he goes. I don't think Sven's stun is it disjointable by invis? I think I guess it might be. Cynical
it's
at
not by
bot.
leaps.
Dire's top
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
I don't know, maybe it's not.
I feel like I've seen a Clinks get stunned by it, but at the same time, there is some fade time on his windwalk, so I'd have to check. Oh, Ranto! Hit the courier! One more! Can he find it? Oh no, that's unfortunate for him. Pops the God Strength to try and get that one. And that bot, Shaitan, in a little bit of trouble, but Bran is going to actually skewer himself in. Now looking at Anarchy, Cynical still wants this one, but actually nothing off cooldown just yet. The blink in from Kimchi reconsiders that decision now, but the Illuminate is being channeled up. They get the poison damage out. One more right click from the Anti-Mage as well, going to help with that one. Owly Burrow Strikes in, not connecting on anything. Lippy off to the side, however, and now Cynical needs to be careful to not be shackled. He just TPs, well, blinks straight into the trees, and Risk is hunting. Yeah, oh, can they connect the poison? There we go, there's the vision, there's the shackle. Owly could even choose the epicenter here, but not going to do so. He's going to be able to blink, but dies in the end to the poison. The mini track, I'm telling you, from the poison, it's crazy.
Needs nerf, thanks.
Anyway, so I am dropping some frames, guys, so apologies about any lag. I don't have exclusive use of my connection at certain times of day, so and by that I mean there's family in the house, so I'm sorry about that one. Branto's in trouble at top, gonna pop the work card to try and get away from Shaitan. And I do like the decision to have the phase boots up on his hero right now. Adds a lot of additional DPS. And Owly gets lifted back on mid. DD up on Kimchi's gonna hide in invis for now. There's no sentry woods up. The Burrow Strike goes back onto QO. Reverse Polarity Tornado as well, just to ensure this kill. Nice attempt on the blinding light there, but not gonna be enough. Meanwhile at bot, Cynical just gonna be chasing down Risk. Windrun ready to go. Has a mech up as well, so he's gonna be fine. And Cynical just with a Ring of Health. So it's gonna be a very, very slow Battle Fury for him, but still doing okay. Those power shots are, however,
I think it's gonna be really slow. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't even matter at this point who comes to his lane. There's so many options to just.
Jumps in aggressively, but needs to be careful. He doesn't actually have any points up in Spell Shield. I think he needs to have at least one. We saw how much damage that last power shot just did, so yeah. Sven's stun is disjointed by Sandstorm. Okay, so thank you, Acer, in chat for confirmation. I should know these mechanics a little bit better, but I'm okay with some really obscure mechanics, but when it comes down to does SK get stunned by Stormbolt, for some reason
how dare you?
I pause.
I
don't know. I'm a big
my judgment.
I'm a big mechanics nerd, so it's embarrassing that I don't get that one. But I've got people to help me out, so thank you very much, guys. Oh, they get the Burrow Strike on top on Kimchi. Is there the chain lockdown? The shackle not going to latch, so he's going to be able to escape and Risk looking for the power shot. It will just clip in there. But another turnaround onto the Windrunner. Kimchi needs to be careful, however. He's still got that Soul Catcher up. And I think that might be it for this top lane, though. Owly still plenty of mana, walking around the side. Shaitan with his armlet. And yeah, Shaitan with his armlet making his way towards top. Baranto's going to spot him out, but I don't think they can actually burst him down in time, and the rest of the team is coming in, looking towards some two-man Burrow Strike. Kimchi on the way out. He's the focus target. Is there going to be an entangle? They don't even need it. Risk with the sneaky power shot. Going to finish him, and Sicko's still running away. The epicenter going to be channeled up by Owly. Now Ranto stuck as well with the... Well, stuck as well. Now shackled. That is just a sad Sven. One more right click from Owly, going to finish him up. And now back behind the tower, Anarchy and Tootie going to try and escape. Anarchy without a TP scroll. Burrow Strike attempted on Tootie. He's going to get slowed down and reversed just for insult to injury. You know, RP for insult to injury. And so Hans, well, great couple of minutes for them. Anarchy is trying to get as far into these trees as he possibly can. The horse is kind of jiggling its head. It looks like it's not very happy with the situation. I think he's just stopped spamming there. Meanwhile, on top, Kimchi jumps back in and gets bursted down. Manages to get the Sonic Wave off, but the mech
just gonna give him away.
Yeah. Oh, Anarchy! Easy to be the biggest jukes of the biggest jukes, but no, there's a Burrow Strike, so he's gonna go down. I think Akmak maybe could have only lost the Coddle there. I mean. And yeah, the Illuminate gave him away. So he might have actually been able to wait and just have a TP scroll dropped off, which he does now have. Yeah, the Illuminate just...
Well, I think the assumption was that he was going to charge it up and Quab was just going to TP anything that was just going to explode them. But, yeah. I don't know why that was the assumption. Like, you just think they're not going to stun you or anything?
Yeah. I love how Cynical has found this power shot down the side of the map, so he's just hiding in that.
Oh man, he's really got no farm, hey?
No,
46
he,
CS.
he really does not have much. The supports are going to make their way down, but it's going to be difficult to gank the Lone Druid again. We saw that he can transform in the middle of a lift, so very, very difficult to bring him down, especially when he starts at full HP. But 2D spots him. But no, Shaitan's already on the retreat. Does he? What does he suspect? What does he suspect? The supports haven't been revealed. Doesn't want to stop the finish off the camp.
Oh no, there wasn't.
Maybe he saw Ranto. Oh, they had a ward. Ranto walked down. So he saw Ranto TP into the tower. Ranto wasn't smoked. And so as soon as he saw the Sven just booking it straight for him, he concluded somebody else must have seen me, and I'm just getting out of here.
Oh no, that would have been 6th Sense, because Cuddle TP'd the Sven in.
Oh. That's weird. Just not seeing anybody on the map. I guess the indicator, nobody counter pushing top. But yeah, that's nicely done by Shaitan, and on going nuts on mid. Reverse. The stun connects on him, down on half HP. Defensive disruption gonna keep him alive for now. Ali gonna try and channel the epicenter. He gets it off with the reverse polarity. Ranto gets skewered back. One more right click, gonna finish him up, and now Kimchi coming in, but what can he get done? He's got 6 stats, not a whole lot of farm, just a quarterstaff to his name. And now Burr Struck again. They get the steal out on the Burr. Nice blinding light, buys a little bit of space. The Soul Catcher, however, connects on a creep. 3 stacks of poison and the catcher up on that creep. Didn't know what hit it. But Tudi and Kimchi trying to slow down this push on mid, but Shaitan, he doesn't need creeps. He has a bear. Gets a nice return out as well to prevent that sting damage.
Well, it's Shaitan's time to shine. Oh, not Shaitan, sorry. Cynical's time to shine. Because he's got some farm now.
Yeah, he's getting a couple of items up.
Never mind, he just missed a CS. That's like the last thing you want.
Oh, Ranto, get nice 2-man Burrow Strike from Owly, using that Burrow Strike. Now the Burrow Strike going back from Tudi. Gets the lift up into the air. Not of chain stun, but Risk with the shackle does still have a 4-step up. Tudi's going to go down. 2 collected in that skewer. Kimchi going to be able to find 1, but now gets entangled. That's 3 for 1 on this middle lane. The tower going down as well. Anarchy just off to the side.
It's not looking
good right
now.
Can he kill off Owly? No, it's a little bit too obvious there. So GG's going to be called by Kimchi. That's going to be it. It's not all bad news for them. They're going to be going home with $75 for the team. That's $25 ahead. Not too bad for second place. Not too shabs. And Hans Reborn, they're going to be going home with the grand prize of $250. So, $50 apiece. So congratulations to them. They are the winners. And that's going to be it. Taking this best of 3 grand final 2-0. And especially, Jim, my mustache. What mustache? Oh well, I'll take it as a compliment. Maybe one day I'll be able to rival IX Mike, but I doubt it. Yeah. Anyway, so thank you to Owly. More shoutouts from NZ. We'll do some shoutouts on stream as well. But this is going to be it for the CyberGamer DOTA2 Weekend Cup. I have been your host this entire weekend, Baseskip. Hope you've enjoyed the presentations. Again, if you guys want to leave any feedback for me as far as the casting was concerned, feel free to leave a message in chat or send me an email at baseskipdota@gmail.com. And the CG guys, if you have any feedback for them as far as the overall tournament was concerned, then I'm sure they would love to hear from you. But I'm gonna have to get some details as far as that is concerned. I'm going to also say that if you guys want to support me through the rest of my casting journey, I am available anywhere that you see the name Baseskip. That's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and my Twitch stream. I would love for you guys to follow my Twitch stream, especially since I'm trying to shoot for partnership right now so that I can have multiple resolution options. That's pretty much it. It's too important for streaming games. And that's part of the reason why I'm actually here on an alternate stream, just so that I can have transcoding. So, yeah, that's it. Enzy's been my host. Oh, no, maybe not.
Shout out to, yeah, I'm going to shout outs, but should follow my stream maybe as well. Yeah, I stream some IXDL games. Yeah.
So, NZ, where can they find you? Thank you for joining me for all of day.
They can just find me in
So, it's just twitch.tv/NZ? Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have anything else? Any Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube?
And follow Sippy Cup TV as well.
Okay.
For some big pudge plays. World's best pudge.
So shout outs to Jiggle Billy there.
There you go.
So, Any other shoutouts, or is that it for you?
Radiant's top tower
Shout out to Waka Flocka.
is under
Fair enough. Okay, so thanks everybody for tuning in. Again, that's going to be it. I'm going to do a couple of quick shoutouts. I'll do a shout out to Slaw, shout outs to AQ, shout outs to TYH, shout out to Endo. Well, he included in AQ. Obviously, we've got a little bit more fountain camping going on. What else? I'm going to do a big thank you to all of the teams that participated. Without you, we would not have had a tournament. So thank you for your time, and thank you for all the fantastic games. And again, thank you to the organizers of this competition for bringing me in to cast it. I had a fantastic time, and shoutouts to all of you viewers on the stream, people who followed over the course of 2 days, and everybody who also spectated via DOTA TV.
And Guan. You know, we got to shout out to Guan and his lamb
Shout
that he
out
owns.
to Guani, shout out to KYA, shout out to the G-Bangers guys. Queenslanders.
You know,
true and
raising a lamb in such a small, confined space just so you can eat it. Just keep the meat tender. That's got to be Guan.
That's Guani for you. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for us. We're going to jump out, maybe play a bit of music, maybe hang out with chat. But that brings an end to the Cybergamer Dota 2 Weekend Cup. It was a pleasure, and I hope to see you for future broadcasts.
Yeah. That's nice.
These sentiments. Anyway, so that's that. Stream's still up, but we're done. We're free. Free. I can go have dinner and things like that.
Oh man, that's all I'm thinking about. I'm so hungry. I had like a real early breakfast, and then I just,
Yeah.
so hungry.
Well, I'll let you go, Enzi. So thanks again, and I'll probably just put on a bit of music, bring down the stream, and that'll be it from us.
Yeah, alright, cool. I'll talk to you later, man. Thanks for that.
Catch you, Andy.
Yeah.
And one more time. Thank you, everybody, on stream. And congratulations to whoever wins the little swag pack worth $75. You got some shirts, you got a lanyard, you got all that fun stuff. So I think Lionberg is drawing that one in Twitch chat right now. But yeah, like I said, muting the stream. I'll put on 30 seconds of music, but then the stream will go down. But that's going to be it.